everyone, Cheek here with another Transformers review, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Shockwave. And he was given to me by my brother last time I went back home to Texas. And I was actually thinking about getting Shockwave when I went to the store before I went to go see him after getting home. And I'm glad I didn't pick him up at the store because my brother was like, hey, when he came over to visit and he with our parents, and he was like, hey, do you have this guy? I was like, no. He's like, great, finally, I have one that you don't have. Here, you can have him. I was like, okay, cool, thanks. So that was really nice of him. Anyway, let's take a closer look at him. His head is, well, pretty, come on, focus, there we are. Angry Cyclops face look. They made it where he's perpetually looking angry. It does appear to be some light piping. Can't see it quite too well from here, but it does look like it'd be really decent. Note to self, get a little flashlight to shine on camera, or on light piping when there is light piping. And then the chest, there's no Decepticon emblem on there, but I think it's a nice translucent purple. I like the metallic gray, gunmetal gray. I know a lot of people don't like the battle damage, but this is, they're actively fighting a war. It's not as prevalent as the Siege battle damage, so it just looks like natural scuffs and scrapes and all that, so I think that's pretty cool. There's a little bit on the shoulder as well. He's a lot of purple. He's mostly gunmetal gray, but he has enough purple to where it actually seems like Shockwave. This is like, that's what people have said about Bumblebee anyways. Like, this is what the live action Transformers should have been, and I definitely agree with that. I do love the gun right here. It forms the tank turret. I like how the gun's small like it was on the original robot, although I will admit for tank mode it does look a little dinky. I do like the hose that he has, and right here you'll see the little Autobot thing. They didn't have to include that, but apparently they were in a rush when they made the design, so they used the same 4 arms as they did on Optimus Prime, and they forgot to take off the Autobot emblem, or they realized, like, whatever, who cares? It'll be a little Easter egg if people want to notice it. Okay, another thing that you can do if you don't care about, like, movie and stuff, he does have a hand in here that you can flip out. But I care about Shockwave and him looking how he's supposed to look, so I'm just going to leave it there. Also, it looks like you could plug it in there, so you could actually swap it to his other arm if you so desire. So I think that's pretty cool if, like, you want to do a mirrored look to him, but that's pretty cool. Articulation. The head is technically on a ball joint, but the clearance is very small, so you can't really look up and down or side to side, but he does get a full 360. Arms can go out about that far. You can technically get a full 360, but the hose, at least on this arm, gets in the way. There is not really bicep rotation up there, but there is at the elbow, but it's not too bad. Oh, and also some more detail, the copper in there and the cowwork, that just looks so good. At least on the gun arm, a little less than 90-degree bend at the elbow. Come on, get back on there. Get back. There we go, get back on there. And then on this arm, it's about 90-degree bend at the elbow. Get wrist rotation because that's on a ball joint. Don't really get much bend there because that would, open up his arm. Get waist swivel. He can do pretty much the full splits. Thigh rotation, knee rotation, although I don't know why you want to use that. About 90 bent at the knee, and I love the way they have that in there so that it looks more filled out. And then you have some ankle tiltage, but not a whole lot. And then you can also bend the feet, but that is also, well, primarily for transformation. And that's pretty much it for Shockwave in his robot mode. And here we have Shockwave in his tank mode, and I don't believe we ever saw him in tank mode on screen, but I think this is actually one of the better tank modes I've seen of Shockwave in recent years. I will admit the Dark of the Moon one was actually really cool, although I'm not as big of a fan of the robot mode face and all that, but don't get me wrong, it's still pretty cool, but I do love the way it's like in a line. It's reminds me a lot of the Transformers Armada Megatron, just with the kind of H-shaped tank. Although, like I did mention, it does look very piddly in tank mode. You can get turret rotation, a decent amount of it, but obviously this will limit how much you can get. And you can tilt up the turret, although the downside is that this doesn't stay in the greatest, but you can get some up rotation with that. Can't really get anything at the back end here, but like a lot of the Cybertron mode figures, the alt mode is kind of more of an afterthought. But yeah, that's pretty much about it for the Transformers Studio Series Bumblebee Movie Shockwave. And if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.